Ladies and gentlemen, it has been quite some time since our last Wuthering Waves Q&A. And so, we're going all the way back to May for this one. Let's go ahead and let's just get it started. All right, we have a response over here. Mr. Saint, I have a proposal that I think will improve the community here in general. Basically, I don't mind you fighting windmills a bit. Drama farming is lucrative after all. Saying that, maybe you could tone down a bit on it and focus more on some lore and theory crafting for our game of choice. I already do both of those, and so my response to this is, how about you stop blaming me for people doing dumb shit, and we just go ahead and recognize, maybe if ZZZ 2.0 wasn't that bad, I wouldn't have videos to make on it. I'd probably have videos talking about how good it is. Maybe if Stygian Onslaught wasn't a gigantic piece of shit and was only possible for whales, I wouldn't make videos on it. Yeah, I mean, how about we stop blaming me for other people doing messed up stuff? So, yeah, that's my take on that, because this is the thing, right? If there's no things going wrong or no people saying or doing dumb shit, then I don't have any drama to cover. So, yeah, that'll be that. Saint, in your personal opinion, which kind of investment is better for Resonators in general? Vertical, few characters but more dupes, or horizontal, as many characters as possible to take care of? Horizontal's always better in a game like this. The dupes in this game, while they might seem effective, they're not necessary at all to clear any of the content in the game. And as a player, you're probably gonna have more fun being able to play more teams with more characters, as opposed to just being only able to play a couple of characters, because instead of having a wide roster, you just have a smaller one, but the characters are more powerful. There's no content in the game that requires dupes, unlike Genshin Impact with its Stygian Onslaught. Alright, relatively curious as to what to do as someone who can consistently 30 out of 30 at times and reach 8K on WuWa. Well, this is the thing. You're kind of, this is my take. If you're able to consistently 30 out of 30 the tower and you're getting 8K in WuWa, it doesn't matter what you do. That's kind of like the, that can be a pro and con for some people. They might not necessarily have like a goal in mind if they're already able to complete all the endgame content. But my point of view is just start raising other characters on your account. Just start going ahead and raising as many characters as possible to build as many teams as possible, because that'll just let you experiment more and more, find different ways to play the game, and just have more fun. Because what else is there for you to really do if you're able to complete all the content in the game? Yeah, I mean, this is clearly a guy that's doing a lot already. It's just, hey, raise more characters on your roster, pull more characters. Don't focus on pulling sequence nodes if you already are clearing everything, because what's the point? Does Lightning McQueen have car insurance or life insurance? All right. Should a new player pull for Cartithia? My answer would be probably not. You can definitely do it if you want to, but I think there are more valuable characters to pull for in the first place. I think Cartithia, especially in content like Whimpering Wastes, isn't like the best character ever. And there are other options like Camellia that are great in the tower and then also great in Whimpering Wastes. Gian is also very good in the tower and then also very good in Whimpering Wastes as well. So it's kind of just a matter of like, okay, what do you really want to focus on? A character that's going to be, you know, top tier in 1 or 2 endgame modes like TOA and holograms, or, you know, a character that's going to be able to do most of them pretty well. That's just my suggestion for new players. But if you're somebody, right, that's already full clearing everything, then yeah, go pull for Cartithia. It doesn't really matter. Who's a recommended pull? I already clear all the endgame content, so it's mostly just for mid and maxing. Whoever you want, buddy. Again, there's no real objective. It's really just to play more teams and play more units if you're already able to clear all the content in the game. If anything, you can just start raising some of these other units just to see how they feel. Some could view that as a pro and a con. You just have the freedom to do quite literally whatever you want. Is it possible to play the Zani S Rover team with casual play and no swapping? Yeah, you'll just do less damage. Saint, when will you break your skill limit and learn Calcaro? I think that would be banger content. It would give you more proof on power creep not existing if Calcaro can clear. So please take some time to learn the 3 DM combo. I don't want to play it because he feels like shit to play. Yeah, I could do it, but then I would just be doing something that I don't have fun doing. Yeah, maybe if I'm super desperate for content, I'll do it. Okay, what should I go for next on this account? How about raising your characters to level 90? Is quick swap for Zhang Liao, does it include Chang Li and Brant? Usually quick swap for Zhang Liao is going to include Chang Li and Shorekeeper, but Brant could be usable as well. You'll just have less damage app for Zhang Li, who's, you know, in the Zhang Li, Chang Li team, Zhang Li's actually doing the most damage. So that's just something to keep in mind. Saint, I like the on-screen icon that tell me how to play due to English issue. I ignore everything you said about gameplay. That's somewhat insulting, but sure. Glad you like that. You can thank my editor for that. Can you do Calcharo Zhang Liao double DPS showcase so we can see how unimportant power creep is? I love you, Saint, by the way. I could, but again, Calcharo feels like shit to play, so probably not. How to parry Fleur-de-Lis's air sword throw. It happens in all her phases. Hit it when the yellow icon is showing. Are you paying your mods? Why did my mod ask that? I will pay them eventually in giveaways. It's just LD Shop had a bit of a issue the other day, actually for a long period of time. I think I was responsible for it. Yeah, for the release of Cartithia, LD Shop actually was not available. They actually had backlogged orders. So, yeah, 2.4 was that much of a success. LD Shop literally had backlogged orders, but I think they're good now. Everyone asks for help when they already have the most characters, but could you help me? It seems like I got no teams. New player, level 39. He's probably like maybe close to 60 at this point. Okay, all right. Looks like you pulled Chacona without... Oh, dearie me. Yeah, I mean, hopefully you pulled Cartithia if you have Chacona. That would probably be the #1 recommendation over here. Yeah, hopefully you did pull Cartithia if you have Chacona. But yeah, with these teams over here, you'd probably run Carlotta, Verena, and then like a Yang Yang, a Sanhua, or a... There's not even a Tauchi on this account. So yeah, it would be a Yang Yang or a Sanhua with the Carlotta. You'd probably run Arrow Rover, Chacona, and Cartithia, and then you'd probably be able to clear most of the content. The only problem with this team is that you don't have like a third DPS that would be able to clear the sort of like floors 2 and 3 of the tower, but maybe Danjun could be raised up to do that because she's already level 60. For the weapons, yeah, hopefully you pulled Cartithia with her weapon. All right, so Saint, I've been thinking about how Jinsei is the only 5-star main DPS without her designated sub DPS. Did you just forget Gion existed, you ding dong? And I was wondering, how could you make a sub DPS that buffs Jinsei like Jeja does Carlotta? So this is a sub DPS that would buff Jinsei. The sub DPS would be not Spectro, have coordinated attacks, and then have a 38% skill damage amplification. Yeah, they would basically have Tauchi's outro skill, but then they would have coordinated attacks that aren't Spectro, because you don't actually want Spectro coordinated attacks with Jinsei, because Jinsei works off element. Or off attribute. Will you do oiled up Fleur-de-Lis for the next sub goal after oiled up Chang-Li? Well, oiled up Chang-Li has to happen first, and while we did get close, it was no cigar, unfortunately. You can see the number up here. We're going down, boys. How good is PGR? PGR is fun. PGR is okay. I know a lot of people were talking about my critique of PGR's combat and saying, oh, clearly this guy's an idiot. He has no idea what he's talking about. PGR, at least for the modern characters, has some of the most scripted gameplay I've ever seen. Straight up, you follow like an order for the rotation, and there's literally nothing else, at least for the modern characters. Like, pretty much every single team is designed to work together with like certain units, and they're intentionally designed to only be paired with each other. It's a little like WuWa, but the thing about WuWa is that it doesn't have a swap cooldown between the units, or it's like half a second swapping between the units, and you can actually run dual DPS and have like crazy sweaty gameplay that way. PGR has literally like a 10-15 second cooldown after you swap a unit, so you can't even do like things like quick swap and stuff like that in the game. I think there are some characters that reduce the swap cooldown, but they're few and far between. Saint, so pulled Cartithia, but I missed Chacona. Should I use Cartithia, Arrow Rover, and Confestation Phoebe? No, don't do that. Just run like Cartithia with like a Shorekeeper and a Sanhua. It'll be better than Confestation Phoebe. Or run her solo, at least in this TOA. Saint, brother man, what's the difference between the glider from your subs and the one bot in-game? The one bot in-game is cooler. Saint, who else should I pull? Cartithia, Zani, Chang-Li, Phoebe, Lumi, Rosia, Carl. How about a Shorekeeper, buddy? All right, which S2 is stronger for their main DPS? Phoebe or Chacona? Probably Chacona, because Chacona gives like a 40% arrow damage boost, or it might even be higher than that. Is my account cooked? I mean, it looks like you started the game yesterday, buddy. It looks like you literally started the game in 2.4, so probably not. I don't... Yeah, there's really not too much you could probably do to mess it up from here. I would just say probably just pull Shorekeeper from the beginner banner. I have an S6 Calcharo. What does a team with S6 Calcharo, Yinlin, and Shorekeeper compare to other T0 teams? Probably just don't use them. Or am I better off waiting for an Electro character that won't give me arthritis come the age of 30? Calcharo is probably just going to give you arthritis. I would just recommend playing literally anything else if hand pains are a concern for you. Saint, is your profile pic based on Jack in the Box? It's a circle with 3 geometric shapes on it. Saint, whenever you're short on content, would you go and cover some misinformation that is happening on Reddit? I pretty much do that anyways, so yeah, I mean, it's just something that occurs. It just depends on what there is. Next account view stream, when? Account review stream, when? Probably tomorrow or something like that. We'll see. What's the best weapon from the battle pass, or are they all trash? They're all pretty bad. So I would just recommend with the modern battle passes, you can actually exchange them for 200 tuners. I would recommend just exchanging it for 200 tuners instead. Do people use their corals for more pulls or to get more dupes? Still not sure what I want to do. I have Cartithia at R1, so I guess I could go up. I just save up my corals, to be honest. A lot of people can make the decision of, oh, I just want to pull more characters or more weapons, and so I'll spend my corals on pulls. However, the equivalent exchange is basically around 45 of your pulls is equivalent to one dupe. And so if you're somebody that likes pulling dupes more or wants more dupes, you get a way bigger discount because the chances of you getting a character for the exchange of 45 pulls is kind of ridiculously low. You skip the 50-50, you skip a lot of stuff by buying it from the shop. So that's kind of like the exchange. If you don't care about dupes at all, then pulls are really the only thing you can spend it on. But if you do care about dupes, the Coral Shop is the best way of getting them. Should I use with Chang Li 2 3 cost or 1 3 cost fusion, 1 3 cost attack? I think if you have Lupa with her weapon, then 1 3 cost attack is probably actually a little bit better. Yeah, Lupa gives around 59% fusion damage bonus with all of her buffs active, and that to a degree should probably offset the benefits of having double 3 cost fusions. So you probably want 1 fusion, 1 attack if you have Lupa with her signature. Dude, is this normal? The first 2 screenshots are mine and the other 3 are my friends. She's the only 5-star other than Brant whose signature I have, so I can't see for myself. Is this just Cartithia soloing? Yeah, I mean, yeah, Cartithia is one of the better solo characters in the game because she has very, very high damage uptime while she's in her small Tithia form. It's very, very high. But the thing is, with a full team, her damage gets a lot higher. So she is, I would say, in a sense, like a power creeping solo character, but her solo performance is still behind pretty much every single 3-person team. So that's kind of like the nice part about her, but she does have to be pretty well built to be able to have that capability. Do people use their coral for more pulls or to get more dupes? Okay, yeah, that's just a response. If 6 golden echo exp equals 1 level 13 echo, which equals 6 golden echoes? What the fuck are you even saying? Is this EO? Yeah, just delete echoes from your backpack to get the most resources back possible. Yeah, how about we just go with that? I heard saying is cool with criticism. Here's mine. Why does the title say WuWa is officially the best gacha game, but the entire video is just a review of a video by a no-name CC? Well, the no-name CC is actually Vars, and he goes over why WuWa is now is the best gacha game. It's because the devs listen and make changes, and the game is like way better because of it. So that's... Yeah, I guess this is just unfortunately, it looks like this viewer doesn't understand what was in the video. All right, so Saint, I'm curious. You have a C6 Alhaitham in Genshin, but not one of your 5-star limited resonators in WuWa is S6. Could it be that your love for Genshin was bigger compared to your love for WuWa? So my love for WuWa is actually what's preventing me from S6 in characters because I like being able to go ahead, and unless they're Carlotta, who's like nobody's bragging about how good they are with Carlotta, right? I'd rather have lower strength characters so I can actually play the game. If you're C6 in characters, it's probably because you just want a way easier time playing the game and you don't want to think about it as much. But I guess in Genshin, they decided to release Stygian Onslaught, and even C6 characters can't clear that game mode. All right, we're just here talking about stuff like this, resources in the shop. Started on 5 days ago. Finished the story, and I'm on Union level 35, Databank 18. I'm over leveled to 21, and I tried to pull for Cartithia and lost the 50-50 to Kalucha. So right now, I don't know what to do. I mostly got a lot of alto for some dumb reason, and now I'm stuck wondering what to do since I feel like I broke my account just because of how bad and unlucky I've got. Jesus Christ, man, relax. It's a game. I'm doing Wuthering Wastes, but I'm stuck on experience since I can't defeat the boss under 4 minutes. There's no boss in Whimpering Wastes. What's going? I don't even know what are we doing here, man? Try to gain my union level up, but it's taking me 1 day just for 2 levels. Only had 16 hours of sleep this 5 days. Because I was grinding for currency for Cartithia and lost the 50-50 on pity. Now currency is hard to get, so please tell me what I should do. Relax. Holy shit. It's a game, brother. It's a game. This is yesterday. You still got like 4 or 5 days left. Just play the game, buddy. Surely, right? You could just do the story, right? And get all that and then just get enough pulls to be able to finish off the Cartithia banner. It's not that deep, brother. You're using level 35. Yeah, there's still a lot of content left in the game. You're good. You're good. Just explore the map and do stuff like that. Take your time with it. All right. I was planning on saving for Lupa 2 since I want to get both. Wait, so you now have I have 21. Huh? So I guess he's good. Wait, the guy, bro was just talking about how he has like no resources left, but now he's good. You got 21k save. What's the problem then? What's the issue? He's got 21. Yeah, you should be able to. I mean, if you win the 50-50, yeah, you got Lupa then. I think you're good, brother. On your first impression of a resonance chain, what are good sequence notes to consider to pick up for Lupa? It's been a while since I've taken a look at that. Why don't we look at this question over here? Let's see. This is kind of dog shit. It's only for her personal damage. It's not that crazy. Yep, S2. Yeah, S2 will give her a 40% fusion damage boost to the entire team. And with her signature, that should bring her total up to like 96%. Yeah, 96% fusion damage bonus to the entire team with her sig against boss enemies, 79% if not. So that's a pretty good one. Yeah, oh, sorry for showing the worst Korean. All right, here we go. Yeah, so S2 on Lupa seems to be a good stopping point for her. Hey, Saint, will I need to have 44111? Well, I need to have 44111 on Chang Li because Lupa gives a lot of fusion damage bonus to the team. Wouldn't that be ideal? I think it's going to be a 43311, same as before, but then one of the 3 costs might be attack. Mr. State, how are you such a skibbity Rizzler PogChamp GigaChad? Go do something in Minecraft. Okay, but for real, question. Do you think it would be worth to make 4 stars who are just worse version of 5 stars, like 4-star buffers or utility characters to apply status effects? Probably. Yeah, that'd probably not be a bad idea. Started playing in 2.3. I have the premium Zani S4, Cartithia S3, and Carlotta S0 teams, and can clear TOA or any content pretty easily. Oh, I wonder where this question's going. Obviously, due to being a new player, I'm time-gating weekly mats and echo resources, so I still have a good way to go, maxing out my 3 teams. But yeah, they can already, I hope they can clear with mid-echoes and level 8 talents. I don't know if I should skip Lupa or Filova, as I really want Augusta or Yuno, but of course, getting them all isn't an issue. Well, it's not, well, the thing is, you just have a set number of weekly boss mats a week, and believe me, you actually have enough time to level up every single character when they release, because you can farm 3 of them a week, and there's 3 weeks between character releases, so effectively, you're able to farm up 27 weekly boss mats for every character, which is enough to max out the abilities that they actually use. And the next patch, Filova is going to be the only character that's actually new. So that actually makes it 6 weeks to just farm up weekly boss mats. So yeah, it's straight up. The weekly boss mats are actually not an issue when you unlock 3 a battle. It can't be unless you're doing dumb shit like leveling up intro skills. It literally can't be. Unless you're leveling up intro skills. Then it's a concern, but otherwise, it can't be. All right, I have Chang Li on Emerald to Genesis, so should I pull for Lupa or Brant? How about you pull for both of them? Will Corpotantis ever return? Maybe. Wait, that's kind of crazy art. I have S2R1 Cartithia. Should I get a Chacona rerun? Probably, but, you know, also, you probably don't need it to clear the content anyways. Yeah, if your Cartithia's S2R1, you're probably still clearing everything in the game. With new Federation in 3.0 inching closer, now that we know all that Kuro's capable of, what are some of your wants with the new Federation? A new way to explore the map and travel. I'm tired of flying, to be honest. Yeah, Septimont, I think in particular, has shown me that while a big world is cool and visually stunning, there's a lot of empty space in it. Yeah, there's a lot of space where I'm just, like, literally, like, I can fly around for actually, like, 4 minutes and there's nothing there. Yeah. Saint, help me. What should I do or pull? I know all teams, but I don't know what priority should do. I have Cart Sig, EOG, and Static. I'm level 59 UL. You already have 2 teams over here that'll clear. You either should get, like, you clearly run Yang with your Carlotta. Maybe you should pull a Jeja or something, or maybe also pull, like, a Shorekeeper as well. Yeah, I mean, there's, it's, like, maybe you pull another DPS character, too. There's plenty of ways that you can go. I would just say don't pull Lupa, because I don't think she's going to be very good on your team. I think she's going to kind of suck ass. With the 3.0 release and the new Federation, we will have the Cyberpunk collab. Which characters do you think we are likely to see? How do you think they will be integrated into the story or events? I mean, they're probably going to put in the most popular ones. It could be just skins for the characters. It could be actual collab characters. Who knows? I think people will probably have, like, what is her name? Rebecca. You'll probably also have David with the gorilla hands. Who else? I don't know. Adam Smasher's probably going to be a boss. A 5-day-old new player. I got Cartithia with her signature weapon, first pull, and shorekeeper with variation. Your newbie guide helped, man. Now, thanks going for Stringmaster, Verena, and Onshore. Good luck. Is this good? I bet it is. Are my stats acceptable? Yeah, it looks good to me. HP is a little bit low though, but I assume the character's only level 80. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's fine. That's pretty good. Who should I build and pull? Probably build your Gion. Why is Bro just sitting there at level 20 doing absolutely nothing on your account? Does Lupa's weapon work on Gion and Jinsei? No, not really. It's really bad on them, actually. It's mostly just a stat stick. It is gonna be better than the standard broad blade for sure, but yeah, it's kind of just a stat stick. Unk, what's the best build for Dan Jin? Just almost the same build that you have for any DPS character, where it's like you do a 4-3-3-1-1, and then you get good crit, and then do her damage type, which is mostly heavy attack, because that's what her Chaos Cleave is. Dear Saint, can you add kick subs into the Chang Li Oiled Up cosplay count? I heard they count as double. I could, yeah. I still need to find out where the plugins are, though, for Stream Elements. I would like an answer to this as well. Yeah, Lupa's weapon is not good for Gion and Jinsei. Okay, does Jinsei or Gion weapon work on Lupa? The Gion weapon is okay on Lupa. Lupa actually does do a decent amount of heavy attack. So, yeah. That'll be the last one. But yeah, I guess those are all the questions over here. I actually thought there was going to be more. I guess people baited me. They said I had a lot in WuWa Q&A, but we got through that relatively quick. So yeah, that'll be that for this one. As you can see, a lot of questions featured around who I should pull, who I should build, blah, 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 all of that. A couple of fun ones as well, but yeah, nothing too crazy on this one. We'll probably have some more stuff coming out later. But yeah, that'll be that for this version of the Q&A. Not as many jokes either. I guess my community's gotten a little bit more boring. But yeah, let me know what you all think. Peace.